Okay, I started about like how the dinner on how the listening went, my intro went. Anyway, so this is gonna be the very first non what if Meliodas got like his power back. Non, what I mean by non, like never lost his power, because pretty much everyone only does that what if, like, you can't do it none any more other what if scenarios. Like I think I have another Meliodas what if I can do. That's just Meliodas himself. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if Meliodas got cheated on? Why would Elizabeth ever cheat on him? Because of pure plot, and I just want to do this for fun to see how I do. As you see, his ships are gonna be Derriere, obviously, and Molascula. Now, this happens during like the beginning of season 2. Like, I'ma say Elizabeth is power hungry, and just like that. And Elizabeth chooses Hauser because I thought that I was, so he was pretty much the only character in the. Ooh, nope. I just decided, nah. Instead of, screw that. This is after Meliodas got his power back, by the way. Got like that 320, like 32,255 power level after he got that back. So, as they recover Escanor. Yeah, Escanor's doing it. That man's gonna be doing it. But Meliodas doesn't notice that. He knows nothing weird happening. Because he's naive still. So, he doesn't notice that anything's going on here. So, when he battles the Ten Commandments, something snapped. Because so this is what happened. So it was okay. But Esterosa stabbing Nellie's heart. Meliodas is stabbing heart. This is when the Demon King. This is when Meliodas in Purgatory. This is when it happened. With Meliodas now being gone. No, Escanor can wave a smashy, if you know what I mean. So this is when the Demon King blasted at Meliodas. As Meliodas like, who are you laughing, father? But the Demon King like, you're so naive, my son. This is when he's like, what the fuck you mean, father? He's like, this is when he shows Meliodas Escanor and Elizabeth doing the smashy. And Meliodas then dropping to the ground in tears. And when Meliodas is angry, we all know he's angry. With his original demon mark and appearing on his forehead, but him then releasing his anger out. And this is when the Demon King that sees, this is my chance to get my successor back. And then he's like, I'm sorry that happened, my son. But I can make a deal with you. I'll let you get your power back, or your original power back, if you turn back to the dark side. With Meliodas saying, gladly. With when Meliodas comes back, he doesn't kill Fraudulent this time. He simply tells Fraudulent, let's go. We don't have this thing to do. He then said, he still kills Fraudulent. Why? Because he ain't a real commandment. Why would you? Of course. With him then taking the commandment and absorbing it himself. With him then saying, anyway. This is when the Sims are like, this is when the mom's like, hey Cap, you gonna join us? You gonna join us to get a drink? This is when he looks at Bob like, stop talking to me, human. I feel like he gave him pretty much. As this may be like maybe 3 parts at most, because this is already after season 1, so like, yeah. This is already after season 1 and the end of season 2. So Meliodas says, anyway, I gotta take care of another human. That's when I'm like wondering, like, why Captain looking like that? Oh, no, because I'm punching Eskimo in the stomach. Not Naruto, I'm sorry. With Meliodas punching Eskimo in the stomach. And then saying, now you realize, you forget, this is Meliodas' original self, and with a commandment absorbed. Which since Meliodas is a real demon, and he was being a real demon, he can absorb commandments without getting hurt and like mentally breaking him because he no longer is on the side of the sinners. He's his original self again. With Espen was like, and now yeah, with that commandment absorbed, the commandment of selflessness, that like you could say Meliodas sucks two 200 270,000 power level increases to 345,000, and with his base being 200,000. Anyway, there's some Meliodas. And remember, the one Escanor could only face Assault Meliodas. And Meliodas and what's the name first met him, his Assault mode was stronger than Escanor's the one. So I'm pretty sure with his Assault mode now plus a commandment absorbed, yeah, that's OP. With Meliodas insane. Anyway, guys. Anyway, I did. This is when he says, I deform. I mean, this is when they have a group meeting. This is when he says, I'm disbanding the seven deadly sins. There's no need to try to kill my allies no more. This is when they're like your allies. Escanor, he says, you have betrayed me. You have taken the woman I love. Which him then beginning to explain his and Elizabeth's 3,000 years life with Escanor just breaking it somehow. Escanor trying to apologize to the captain with him saying, you can go die, Elizabeth. Anyway, goodbye, Sins. That bitch will die in 3 days anyway. This is when he then says, I'm out of here. But if he then deciding to leave and flying, as when the commandments see him, they're on guard at first. But they're seeing the attire and the twisted smile. They know they have their leader back. Meliodas insane. The 10 Commandments are reformed. Where's Fodrin? He didn't show us a commandment. I killed him. He wasn't a real commandment anyway. This is when he then says, so what should we do first? Destroy Britannia with the Demon King, then taking away the power he gave Zeldris and giving it to Meliodas. With Meliodas insane. If you're wondering, Meliodas is stronger than Prime Mael, even with the even with the one, he's still more powerful than. Because he got the ruler, he got a commandment absorbed, and he has his original power level. So yeah, and him and Mael basically got the same strength. But Meliodas was in his prime. Him and Mael is pretty much equal. Now this is like Escanor. This is when it seems like Escanor, my man. Why the hell would you do that? Escanor explaining. It felt so good, but you just heard the man's story. You just did that to the captain, and now you doom Elizabeth. This is incarnation of Elizabeth, and technically, that's just a messed up bond fight. This is when like this is when Merlin explains to Bond, well, not to Bond, but just for Bond's like, I gotta save my friend. This is when Merlin's like, no, can't do it. His emotions are infuriatory, and even then, his emotions wouldn't want to be near as similar because of his foolish deed. So anyway, this is when a relationship is formed between Jerry and Meliodas. It's just that Monsty only thought of Jerry as a friend. But Meliodas then he says his sorrow towards Jerry. He's gonna remember she did lose her sister when the archangel Ludovico killed all those innocent demons that weren't really bothering anyone. So yeah. So this is when like Arthur then he just still pulled out the sword, but this time Meliodas is stronger than he was, way stronger than he was in canon, so he overpowers he overpowers what's the name? As this is when well, this is when everyone the Demon King then take away everyone's commandment, right? But they still have like all their they just lose their like special commandment ability. But besides that, they still have all their other powers. Their power level stays the same, by the way. But he's saying my son is in between the stages of becoming the next Demon King, and that's the end of this part.